Welcome to today's broadcast of IHSAA football on Hamilton County Television, presented by Logan Street Signs and Banners, celebrating their 25th year in the business. We also like to thank our other great sponsors: Logan Street Signs and Banners, Noblesville Trophies, Community Health, Smith Jewelers, Indiana Restoration, Westfield Chamber, Noblesville Chamber, Bill Clifford for Sheriff, and Atlanta New Earth Festival, which is occurring September 23rd and September 24th. Hi, folks. I'm Victor McCarty alongside Jack Russell tonight for the matchup between the Hamilton Southeastern Royals and the Westfield Shamrocks. First off, Jack, how you doing? And secondly, how do you think this game is going to fare?
I'm doing really well, and I can tell you right now, this is going to be a fun one because we've got the running game of the Westfield Shamrocks taking on a pretty decent defense tonight, so it should be fun.
Absolutely, Jack. I cannot wait for this matchup. When anytime it's a Hoosier Crossroads Conference matchup, you know it's exciting, but it's that much more exciting with Hamilton Southeastern's homecoming occurring tonight. The Atlanta, Indiana New Earth Festival is held on the fourth weekend in September, with over 600 vendors displaying fine art, crafts, antiques, food, and more. You can see why this charming small town draws crowds of more than 80,000 people. Remember to mark your calendars for this once-in-a-year event. The date and time for the Atlanta New Earth Festival, again, is September 23rd and September 24th, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. on Saturday and until 5 p.m. on Sunday. We have a video for you here on Hamilton County Television.
What began in 1974 as a celebration of the revival of the downtown Atlanta business district has grown into Hamilton County's premier festival. The downtown district has changed over the years, and businesses have come and gone, but the Atlanta New Earth Festival continues to grow and attract tens of thousands of visitors each year to this small town. Population 735. Over 600 vendors offer handmade arts, crafts, antiques, collectibles, amusements, and more. Culinary delights from traditional favorites to ethnic fare from across the globe will tempt your taste buds. Take a break and enjoy free quality entertainment ranging from country, pop, bluegrass, rock, and Sunday morning praise and worship. Capture the attention of over 80,000 consumers by becoming a sponsor of this popular event. We have several sponsorship levels available and are even able to customize your sponsorship to meet your marketing needs. For more information, go to atlantaindiana.com. Email deputyct@iendeavor.com or call 765-292-2626.
Welcome back here to Hamilton County Television. IHSAA action here tonight between the Royals and the visiting Westfield Shamrocks. Jack, I don't know about you, but I'll be at the Atlanta New Earth Festival next week. How about you?
Absolutely. One of the things that we do at the Chamber is we talk about business has no boundaries, and one of the things we like to do is visit other communities and highlight all the great things that they're doing. So
Absolutely.
We'll definitely be there. It should be a fun time.
When one community is doing well, all communities are doing well.
Absolutely, absolutely.
So let's get back into tonight's matchup. It's going to be really exciting between the Royals and Rocks, but it's kind of a tale of two coins so far this year for both teams.
Yeah, it's been a close one for Hamilton Southeastern on a couple games. Obviously, we called it Avon game, and that one wasn't as close. But losing to Fishers last week, and, of course, having Zionsville next week, this is an important Hoosier Crossroads Conference game.
Absolutely. The Royals started off strong with their win against Kokomo, the first game of the year, 24-2. But as you said, Jack, since then, a loss against North Central, a loss against Avon, which we called, and Avon really came out guns blazing that game. And then HSC losing against Fishers in the classic rivalry Mud Sox game last week, 20-14. Westfield, though, man, they're on a roll so far this year. 4-0. Harrison wins, Southport down Lucas Oil, Zionsville, and then Noblesville last week, which Noblesville game, though, that was a doozy for the Rocks.
Absolutely. And they've all been close the last three. You've got 21-14, 28-21, and 30-26. So hasn't been a cakewalk by any means, and that's one of the things. It is a completely different atmosphere when you have to play a team who's having homecoming.
Absolutely.
It is such a different atmosphere.
Whether it be homecoming or senior night, or if it's just a general rivalry game, you just never know what's going to happen. Kind of the tail of the tape last week for the Rocks is that they had a quick start, but then 9 penalties. A quick break in the action for the national anthem. A lovely rendition by the Hamilton Southeastern High School Choir. And it was an emotional week here in America as we celebrated the 16th anniversary of 9/11 this past Monday. Always an emotional time in the country and remembering those that we've lost.
Absolutely. You know, I grew up with a grandfather as a police chief of Noblesville, and my dad as a fireman, and you know, first responders first and foremost, and along with our military, that's a big part of who we are as Americans, and I want to thank all of them.
Absolutely. You got to take care of those that take care of you. As I was mentioning, Rocks had sort of a tough game last week, a mental tough game with 9 penalties, 23 total in that game against the Noblesville Millers. But it was the likes of Cameron Fry, Zach Collins, and Cameron Nance for the Rocks that really knocked it out of the park. Nance had 532 yards passing and 237 yards rushing so far in this year, and 144 yards just alone last week, and 1 rushing touchdown. So you know the Rocks are really a dual threat, and when we were here a couple of weeks ago against Avon, we saw that again where HSC really had trouble against that dual threat.
Absolutely, and I think what's going to be interesting to watch is, you know, Nance is a smaller quarterback, which is different than what Westfield's had in the past. But one thing that he does well is off of the quarterback option. And so he has the ability to look at the field, find out if it's either Nate Freilich that's going to be the option or himself. And he's done a great job so far this year keeping it. And on the flip side, it's going to be very similar from an offensive standpoint of what we're going to be seeing. When you have a sophomore Sparks, it looks like 20 for 53 with 173 yards passing. They're going to be running the ball as well. So that's where you're going to try to – you'll see in this first quarter, they're going to feel each other out, try to figure out what's going to happen, and then go from there.
Absolutely. 59 rushing yards for the Royals last week. So we'll see how they're able to spread the ball around on the field. And you mentioned Freilich. Freilich, number 23 for the Rocks, has really been an outstanding star. 484 yards rushing this year and 135 just alone last week. 2 touchdowns, and then we also have Cameron Nance again with a 58-yard rushing touchdown last week. So that was pretty amazing in itself. Talking about the defense again for the Rocks, we have Cameron Fry and Zach Collins, both juniors, that had 6 sacks apiece. The Royals last week didn't get any sacks. So we'll see how they can do in this. Be versatile. And
that's going to play a big factor into this because there's a lot of similarities between these two teams, 4 interceptions, 3 interceptions. The difference right now is that 8 sacks versus 3 sacks. So really, whoever gets the quarterback tonight in that option formation. If a team has to get down early, they're going to get out of their comfortable zone, which means that instead of running the option, they're going to have to start to pass the ball. And so they're going to have to see those differences there. But really, that's what you're going to focus on, I think, tonight is receiving is low on both sides, rushing is high, and we'll see how this game goes because it's going to be definitely a running game for both teams.
Absolutely. We're going to see the Rocks starting off with the football. HSC kicking it off.
Yeah, it'll be a fun one to see how they can return this. Remember, last time we were here, they ran one back for a touchdown. So, I mean, not the Rocks, but we've seen one go back for a touchdown. Not going to let that happen.
Absolutely not. The Rocks will start from their own 20-yard line with a touchback.
All right, so here comes the offense for the Shamrocks. Again, one of the things look in the backfield along with Nance. Always had a strong offensive line over the last couple of years as well. Yeah. Hit him right away. And that's what you get the defense on homecoming night. Nothing better than that.
Oh, I think HSC might have heard us, Jack. We're saying that the defense has to step up for both teams, but especially the Royals with having 0 sacks last week. They are here to play, especially with homecoming. They're here to defend their turf.
You got Dr. McGuire there in the background. She's calling plays, it looks like. Nance in the pistol formation. Freilich in the backfield. Looks, hands it off to Freilich. Freilich now heads down to about the 30 to the 32-yard line, still on his feet, and that's going to be a Westfield first down.
Freilich, number 23, just rushing it up the middle, getting that first down for the Rocks. And going back to your point, Dr. McGuire, she is always feisty on the sidelines rooting for her Rocks.
Absolutely. Nance in the pistol formation, 3 on the near side. Freilich in the backfield. Looks for the option. He's going to hand it off again. Met right away. And he's met by a sea of blue. And that's going to bring up 2nd and long.
3 rushing plays so far for the Rocks. The Royals, they're not going to let that happen for a 3rd time and just saying, no, 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 hold the line. See how they respond here on the 2nd down.
So change in running back. Nance looks for the option here, looks for the play. 3 on the near side. Nance again in the pistol formation. Nance gets a call from the sideline. Meyer on the near side along with Pepio. Play clock down to 1. Got it just in time, though. They may call the flag here. May be a delay of game.
See what the flag is. It looks to be delay of game. No, illegal shift on the Rocks. And I mentioned it in pregame, Jack. The Rocks had 9 penalties alone last week against Noblesville. So this team, it might be a young squad. They have a few seniors, but they really need to keep their heads in the game. When it comes to being out on the field, you know, the mental game is just as much as important as the physical aspect of it.
Absolutely, and that's what we're going to see here is, again, you got to play the factor. It's homecoming night as well. That's always a big factor.
You hear the fans down here on the side, the cheerleaders just getting their team, the Royals, into it.
Pepe on the near side. Nance in shotgun formation. Shift over to the near side by Pettijohn. Look for the call on the sideline. Meyer on the near side, on the far side. Looks for an option. Going to go back to throw. Fires, throws, incomplete. Intended for Meyer. Great defense by the Royals.
Nance had his receiver in formation, but just too much oomph on the throw and overshot him.
And Meyer, a fairly large wide receiver, 6 feet, 160 pounds. So a good option there for the Shamrocks, but great job by the Royals, and that's going to bring up 3rd and long.
Look to the Royals to really try to hold the line here. Might come off with the rush.
So Nance in the pistol formation, 4 wide. Looks for an option. He's looking to the far side. Fires. Lobs it. Complete. And it's going to be close. They're going to make it short. They're going to make it short a yard.
That was a fantastic throw by Nance. Just laying it in there for his receiver. You saw the Royals. I thought they might come up with the rush, but no, they dropped back, playing the man and zone. They just let the ball slip right through them on the sideline.
Quick no huddle. Looks like a potentially quarterback sneak here. And that's what they're going to do. Is it good? Oh, it's going to be close. It's going to be close.
That was fourth down.
The Royals say they ain't got it.
Rock's looking for an official judgment by the men in stripes. Royals think they have it, though. It's going to be very close. Might just be a game of inches right now.
Coach Gilbert's probably, I think he's discussing the spot of the ball. But we'll see where they put it. It might be short.
See number 99 lining up for what might be a punt, or excuse me, a putt.
That's going to be Royal ball. Great stop by the Royals, and that's going to be a turnover on downs. And out comes the Royal offense.
That was a great stop by the Royals defense. Looks like about half a foot separated the Rocks from a first down. Royals really coming out of the gate strong on defense and showing something to prove tonight.
And let's see if they can respond. Cody Sparks brings out the energized Royals. Jackson Sweeney in the backfield. Sparks the quarterback, 3 on the near side, 1 on the far side. Gets the call from the sideline. Again in the shotgun formation. Ball on the 43-yard line. Hands it off to Sweeney. Sweeney looks on the far side. Still moving his feet. About a gain of 5 on the play. It's going to bring up second down.
A nice gain for the Royals. Get the ball moving and momentum on their side. Already have it, but try to maintain that. Rocks did a change-up on the line on defensive play. We'll see what they do now, try to counteract.
So staying in the no huddle. 3 on the near side, 1 on the far side. Boyson along with Russell and along with number 87, Munchner on the near side. So again, the shotgun formation. Looks for a quick throw. And looks like they're going to be calling a false start on the offense. That's going to push them back.
Yeah, when the refs stop play, you just about know that's going to be a penalty on the offense and be a false start. A penalty on both sides for the Rocks and Royals so far tonight. We'll see if that adds up to the 23 that was last week.
So here we go in the shotgun formation. 2 on the near side, 2 on the far side. Gets a call from the sideline. It's going to be 2nd and 10, ball on the 43-yard line. 8:35 left to play in the first. Looks for the option here. Hands it off to Sweeney. And he's met right away. And that's going to bring up a 3rd and long.
You saw number 13 for the Royals, quarterback Sparks, try to do the fake throw, but the Rocks were all on top of the run, locking it down, lining up for 3rd down now.
And what we've seen so far is how penalties can slow down your momentum.
Absolutely. As we see the Royals look to the sideline for a change up on the play call. Momentum is everything in a football game, or just about in any sport, basketball, so on and so forth. Royals and Rocks need to keep their heads in the game.
3rd and long. Looks for an option. Throws. Incomplete. Pass intended for number 10 on the play. Boyson, and that's going to bring up 4th down.
Royals almost able to convert and get that 1st down. Actually, I think they still might have been short a couple of yards. Accuracy was there. The power was there. The accuracy was not.
So into the game, Zach Zuber, the punter, and special teams right now is an important part of how this gets going here. Get some momentum.
Both of these teams.
Fair catch there.
Both of these teams have great special teams, and as you said, Jack, I really feel that they're going to be a presence here as we go on through the night.
Kobe Hauser, number 22, with the fair catch, and back come the Westfield Shamrock offense.
Especially with it being a beautiful night, Jack. I mean, our temperature is still around 79 degrees, not really any wind factor, and both of these kickers on these teams have great kicks to them.
Absolutely. On Nance in the pistol formation, 4 wide. Looks for an option here, hands the ball off, still on his feet, met right away by the Royals. The run on the play there by number 36 for the Shamrocks.
It's interesting that we see the Rocks focus so much on the run game this early in the game. We've seen them air it out once. It failed to convert on one of the throws, but we'll see what they continue to do here.
So again in the pistol formation, Nance, the quarterback. Lickfeld is the running back. 3 on the near side, 1 on the far side. Now into the shotgun formation. Quindoff again. Met right away. And I said this when we started the show is they're gonna do what they do well on both sides. They're gonna test each other. They're gonna see what's going on the offensive side. And I think we may easily see 0-0 in the first quarter, but it'll start getting we'll start seeing points on the board once they start to get to know each other.
Absolutely. These two teams have great history on the field, and they really like to test the waters amongst them. We only have 6:30 left here in the first quarter.
Nance in shotgun formation. 3 on the near side, 1 on the far side. Looks. He's going to look to the near side. Doesn't see anything. Fires again. Wide open, but it looks like it was tipped. Great job by the Royals defense. And here comes the punt. It's a big punt. Is it going to take a Westfield bounce?
Well, I guess we're not going to see.
Yeah, if it's a 50-50 shot, you just grab it.
Yep, absolutely. On the 50-yard line, as you said, that was a very high kick. See if the Royals are able to convert here. Logan Street Signs and Banners are celebrating 25 years. Logan Street Signs and Banners specialize in last-minute signage and banners serving Noblesville and Hamilton County since 1992. You can contact them at their number 317-773-7200 and visit their new website, loganstreetsigns.com.
So here come the Royals. Shotgun formation. 3 on the near side, 1 on the far side. Sparks the quarterback. And it's going to be a delay game here.
Heard the fans below us saying snap the ball. It's the mental game still being a factor. That's going to be an easy 5-yard loss for the Royals.
Yeah, and that's going to bring up 1st and 15. So put yourself about 5 yards back and then try to do the first down.
You hate to see that, Jack, on the first snap of their drive.
Here we go, shotgun, quick pass, fires it over. Incomplete, intended for number 18 on the play, Zach Boyle. And that's going to bring up 2nd and long.
Looked to me that Boyle, he felt the rocks breathing down his neck, took his eyes off the ball just for a split second, and that split second can be the difference between a completion or not.
Sparks, the quarterback, hands the ball off, looking for room to run and sees just a couple yards. About a gain of 2 on the play. It's going to be 3rd and long. Nowhere near this time we were here when Avon, I think, had a 3rd and what did we say, a 5K, right?
Absolutely.
So
I can't remember exactly, Jack, but I feel like there might have been 3 scores, 21 points put up by the Orioles in the first quarter alone.
Yeah.
So it was very fast-paced last game we were here.
So 3rd and long. Sparks, the quarterback, looks for an option. He's going to look to the far side. Fires, throws, incomplete. Great throw on the back shoulder of number 10 on the play, Ben Boysen, and that's going to bring up 4th down.
It was a great throw indeed. Just some missed timing by number 10 to look behind him. If it would have been a stop-and-go route, that would have been a better chance for a completion.
So here come the Shamrocks. Oh, low snap, low snap.
Oh, that is a tough break for the Royals. The low snap hit the ground, and when the puncher received, his knee hit the ground, and that'll be fantastic starting position. Royals continue to hold strong here on defense. Rocks have ran the ball each time during this drive. Well, maybe they'll take the chance and air it out to get that first down, keep the Royals off guard.
So Nance again in the pistol formation. Lickfield in the backfield, 2 on the near side, 3rd and about 2.
Looks like the Royals are going to play man.
Looking for an option. He's going to hand it off to the far side. Looking to get 2, and it's going to be close. I don't think he got it.
I think this will be another very close call.
4th and 1. All right, so what do they do here? They go for it again on 4th down. It looks like that's what they're going to do.
Last time, Gilbert, he's having no mercy in wanting Nance to keep it himself, and they were about half a yard short. See if they decide to do the quarterback keeper again or do a sweep on the outside.
So 4th and 1, ball on the 14-yard line. 2:45 left to play in the first. Second attempt here for the Shamrocks on a 4th down conversion. First one they did not get. It's going to be the same play as before. Not going to get it again. Great job by the Royals. Crisis averted from the punt. And another great stop by the Royals. That's
Absolutely.
awesome.
The Royals off to a great start defensively so far in this game. Coach Gilbert opting not to go for the 3 points to put some points on the board, but tried to get that first down again, but the Royals are not having any of it. We'll see if they're able to march down the field now.
Well, good job by the Royals. It's going to be a shotgun formation, 4 wide. Gets a call from the sideline. Starting on the 15-yard line, 1st and 10.
See the Rocks looking to play man.
Looking for that quick pass. No, he's going to keep it himself. He's going to look for the pass. Fires, throws. Incomplete. Hits the ground before he catches it.
You saw about 3 white jerseys in the zone of where Sparks was looking to throw. I think that's one of the faults quarterbacks in high school these days have, is they decide to just immediately look in the direction of where they're throwing the ball. They don't want to keep the defense off guard at all, and they just go where their target is, and the defense, they learn from that.
Absolutely, and he's finding opportunities here. Again, ball on the 15-yard line. 2 on the far side, 2 on the near side. Shotgun formation. Looks, he's going to he's going to hand it off to Sweeney, and they're going to throw the flag. Face mask call, and that's going to push him for a first down and more.
That was a great call by the Royals. The Rocks were breathing down their necks with the blitz. The run up the middle just averted that, and as you mentioned, Jack, it's going to be another penalty on the Rocks, a face mask.
So they're going to call the face mask, and that's going to push them first down and more yardage. And again, keep in mind, when the Shamrocks started this, it was a mistake on the Royals, and now slowly marching up the field are the Royals.
Exactly. Mistakes are plaguing both of these teams,
Absolutely.
and so far it looks like the Royals are the ones that are taking advantage of it.
Absolutely. So shotgun formation for Sparks. 4 wide. Sparks looks for the call on the sideline. Ball on the 39-yard line. 2 minutes, about 2 minutes left to play in the first. He's going to keep it himself. Looks, fires, throws, incomplete. Almost intercepted.
Almost intercepted off the deflection of the Royals wide receiver. The white jerseys just enclosing on the ball, but not able to convert. That would have been a big play for the Rocks.
Yes, it would have. So Sparks in shotgun formation, 4 wide. Looks, he's going to go for a quick throw. Doesn't see it. He's going to scramble to the far side. Looks, gain of a couple, and that's going to bring up 3rd down.
You saw the Rocks playing man defense on the ball. They were not letting any wide receivers get open for quarterback Sparks. It's going to be a 3rd down and 8 yards to go now with 1:52 left to play.
3rd and 8. Shotgun formation, 2 on the near side. Getting the call from the sideline. Again, 3rd and long here. Looks. He's going to trying to keep it himself, not going to find it.
That'll be the first sack of the game for the Rocks after having over 12 last week. You see the blitz coming and force the change of the ball. The Royals, they were looking to air out the ball again, but that was their downfall.
So the Royals back into punting formation. Now it's a high punt. Gets it away. Great punt by the punter here. Hauser looks for an option. Slips and falls, and that's going to put him at about the 27-yard line.
That was a great punt by the Royals. Number 22, Hauser, had room to run, but as you mentioned, some slippage on the field. Might have to put a yellow cone out there, slippery when wet.
Yeah, absolutely, and it's going to be interesting here. 2 4th down conversions, no-go for the Shamrocks. So let's see what they can do here after a great job so far by this Royal defense. So they've done a great job on the 3rd and shorts and 4th, obviously 4th and inches sometimes. So let's see what they can get done here.
They've really locked down the passing feature of quarterback Nance as well.
Nance in pistol formation, quick throw, dropped. They're going to say it's incomplete.
32 just past quarterback Nance, so it was not behind the back.
Pass intended for Pettijohn.
It's nice to see Pettijohn back out on the field after being out last week. He was out with a leg injury.
Nance in the in the pistol formation. 3 on the near side. Looks like once again we've got Lickfield in the backfield. So I wonder if there's something wrong with Freilich.
I'm wondering that too as well. He has not been in for the past couple series.
Going to keep it himself here. And he's going to get a gain of nothing, or maybe 1. So that's going to bring up 3rd and long with only 55 seconds left to play in the first. So the Shamrocks get the call from the sideline. Once again, looks like Lickfield is still in. So there may be something wrong here with Freilich not being in the game here.
Saw Tyler Canada come in for the Rocks, as well as Dan Wheeler.
Quick throw. It's going to be an option here to potentially, it's not going to happen. Great job by the Royals once again, and that's how you do it. Well, for the Shamrocks, it's the running game, and the running game only works when it becomes 2nd and about 5. Then you got the 3rd and 2 option, then you get your first down. But right now they're putting them in a situation where it's 3rd and long.
Exactly. The Royals really been locking down every avenue that Nance usually has to throw the ball.
Yeah, and that makes them have to throw the ball.
That'll be the end of the first quarter. Noblesville Trophies offers a large range of products, including sports trophies, corporate awards, and in-house embroidery. Noblesville Trophies provides you with same-day service for those last-minute decisions. Contact them at 317-773-7391 or check them out online at www.noblesvilletrophies.com. Follow them on Facebook and Twitter. A few score updates here so far. I'm seeing that no score thus far between the Fishers Tigers and Brownsburg Bulldogs. Zionsville and Noblesville, another game on Hamilton County Television. You can check that out on either Facebook or Periscope. Still tied 0, and it's the Millers' homecoming. Whiteland versus Avon. I'll have to double check if this is correct, but we mentioned how fast-paced the Orioles are. 25-0 against the Whiteland Warriors. And then Carmel against Lawrence North. Carmel leading 14-0.
Well, we saw Avon. That does not surprise me one bit.
Absolutely not. They had 21 points at the end of their game here in the first quarter.
And, again, the Royals are a great team. Great team. That's a high punt. Awesome job by number 2, Alex Bales. And that's going to bring out the Royals.
Still scoreless now in the second quarter. Really, the tail of the tape thus far, Jack, has been the defense. Both sides of the ball is just letting no one gain an inch.
Yeah, and when you have two running teams and they have to do a third and long and they have to rely on the passing situation, that's what you get. I mean, great job by both defenses. But, again, Royals are really the ones that are taking the chances throwing the ball here. So, shotgun formation. 3 on the near side. He's going to hand it off to Sweeney. Sweeney looks around the corner to the 30, keeps his feet moving.
That was a big hit by number 22, Kobe Hauser, for the Rocks.
So it's going to be 2nd and 5, ball on the 21-yard line. 11:30 left to play in the second. Sparks looks for the call on the sideline. 3 on the far side, 1 on the near side. Sparks looks. He's going to hand the ball off again to Sweeney. Sweeney still moving right along. And that's how the option formation works. You get your 2nd and 5. Now you're at your 3rd and 2. Now the playbook opens up and gives you some opportunities.
I remember a few years ago, Jack, when, I'm a big Packers fan, and it was when Colin Kaepernick and the 49ers went up to Lambeau and beat the Packers because the Packers really had no answer against the run option. We've kind of seen over the years now the defense have found some sort of answer to the run option when they can, but at any level, it's really a big factor.
And they may be calling a timeout here. Well, you look at different levels. One of the other teams in college football that runs a triple option is Georgia Tech, and it's when you got speed like Sweeney. So we'll use the Royals as an example. And the strength and a big quarterback like they have, that does become a dual threat. And you've got, as a Shamrock, you got to be paying attention and seeing what's going on.
Absolutely, have to be aware of your surroundings. Community Health Network is Central Indiana's leader in providing health care services where and when patients need them. With any questions, you can contact Community Health at 317-355-7775 or check out their website at www.ecommunity.com. That's the second time now that the Royals have had to take a timeout here in just the first quarter because of the clock winding down. And actually, they also had to take a 5-yard penalty because they let the clock run out. So, again, time management is everything, even just here in the first half.
Shotgun formation, 3 on the far side. Sweeney still moving his feet. And he's going to drop. It's going to be short again. So now the Royals have the option. And they're not going to do it. They're going to punt the football. Again, the defense has been doing a great job. And so give it back to the Shamrocks and let your defense keep doing what they're doing.
Absolutely. I think head coach Scott May, he's going to play a little bit more safe than Coach Gilbert here in the first half. He doesn't want any mistakes to happen, especially on their own side of the field.
Good punt here. It's a high one. Looks like it might take a Royal bounce, but he's not going to let it do it. So the Westfield offense in the second quarter will come out here.
After watching a few of this year's prior games for Westfield, I know that Kobe Hauser, he loves to catch that ball and make a run for it. So I really anticipate him later on as this night goes on to just look downfield after catching that, and he might just take off.
Absolutely. And again, what we saw last time we were here was the Royals are the same way. When they get the opportunity, they'll take advantage of it. But now we've got Nance in the pistol formation. 2 on the near side, 1 on the far side. Looking for the option. He's going to throw. Quick throw over the middle. Great job by number 36 on the tackle. That's Anthony Eggers.
The Rocks now going to play hurry up, and I think that's what both teams are really going to have to do to keep the opposite side's defense off guard is get back to the line of scrimmage quickly and get a quick throw or a quick run off.
So Nance in the shotgun formation. 2 on the far side, 1 on the near side. Looks, fires, throws. Incomplete. Intended for number 32 on the play, Caleb Pettijon. And they're going to call holding on the offense.
Another mental mistake by the Rocks. And as we just saw, that was Nance overshooting Pettijon just over his head.
And with that, it should bring up a 3rd down. 3rd and 11. See where they mark it here. So they're going to push this way back. 2nd and 17, ball on the 39-yard line. 5 wide for the Shamrocks. Looks, he's going to keep it himself. Nance is, and it's only going to be a gain of a couple here.
It seemed like the Rocks were showing their cards, putting them all out on the table and saying that they were going to make the throw. But Nance once again keeps it for himself. And now it's going to be a 3rd and 14.
Yeah, with 3rd and 14, your playbook becomes very, very limited on what you can do. Be careful to watch the blitz potentially by the Royals. Nance looks, fires, throws, complete, but nowhere near what they need, and it's going to be a 4th down.
Royals had 3 on the rush, everyone else dropping back for zone coverage, and they really locked down the 5 wide receivers with no one in the backfield. It's going to be another punt here in the game with 4 and 11 to go.
It's truly, with 2 running teams like this, it's just a game of chess.
It really is.
Trying to figure out each other, trying to figure out what's going on. And there's another, potentially a false start on the play. False start, that's going to push him back again. Another 5 yards.
That's another penalty on Westfield. 4 in this first half.
The thing is, though, I can tell you right now, Bales, he has a leg. And I can tell you right now, where they're standing, they're probably not far enough. Because he's got an arm, or he's got a leg on him. I don't want to say I'm right when I'm right, but feels good to be right
You
sometimes.
called it, Jack. And the Royals almost making the mistake of picking it up and running it back. Almost lost it.
Great job by Alex Bales, the punter. But again, don't underestimate. One of the best things over the last 5 years for the Shamrocks is their special teams. You had Will Harrison, Alex Bales actually being the junior when his freshman year. He did a great job as a kicker as well. So special teams plays a big factor in this game, especially because as far back as they were, now they're starting at the 21-yard line. So
absolutely, Westfield has a long history of great kickers.
So here comes the shotgun formation, 4 wide. Looks for the far side, doesn't see it. It's going to get sacked in the backfield by the Shamrocks.
You saw Sparks. He was looking to his left, and there was no option, so he decided to try to make the sweep himself around the left side, and there was nowhere to run. White jerseys all over him for the sack.
So 2nd down and 15. 8:20 left to play in the second. Sparks in the shotgun formation. 3 on the near side. Gets the call from the sideline. Sparks back into shotgun formation. Looking for an option. Is going to hand the ball off, and now he's on to the races. Still on his feet. That's going to be a 1st down for the Royals, depending on where they mark it, I guess.
That was a fantastic run by Malik Sims for the Royals. He saw the gates open up down the middle, and he took advantage of it. White jerseys not able to reel him down until just getting a yard short of the 1st down.
3rd and 1. He's going to try to keep it himself. He's still on his feet. It's going to be close.
Another close third down.
And I don't think they might measure this, but I don't think it's a first down.
We don't have a camera on the sideline, Jack, but to me, I feel like number 22, Hauser, came in for the Rocks and pushed Sparks back a little bit. So we'll see with the measurement.
It's going to be close. I think it's short. That's gonna be super short.
Short by a shoelace.
Yes. So as the Royals, it's an option here.
I agree with head coach of the Royals, Scott May, not taking the chance. You're on your own side of the field, and with the way the game has been playing so far, with great defense, you just can't take the chance.
You might want to watch for a fake though here. Only reason I say that is that with only being an inch, people may feel a little too comfortable.
That is absolutely true. I remember actually last time we were here against Avon coming in, the Royals did try a fake punt.
Oh, they're going to punt it away. Hauser's going to get a chance to return it. Looking for an option, still on his feet. Falls forward to about the 42-yard line, 41-yard line.
There's a flag on the field. I don't know if they'll pick that up.
Pushing the back, potentially.
Yeah.
Blocking the back. So if it's a block in the back, that pushes them back 5 yards, I believe. We'll see here. On the Shamrocks, personal foul. That's a lot more than 5 yards.
Absolutely. That's the 5th penalty for the Rocks and the 3rd personal foul.
And these penalties are what's going to get both of these teams tonight, because think about this. They were at the almost the 40-yard line. Now you start 10 yards back. That's a completely different way that you start your possession.
I'll tell you right now, Jack, I would not want to be one of these players heading into the locker room. Coach Gilbert would not be happy with them.
Both sides. Hit as he throws. Still in the air. It's going to be caught.
It was ruled a catch, but we'll see if that ball comes back.
And there's a flag. I bet it might be a holding call.
Yep.
Yes, it is.
That'll be another hold on the Shamrocks.
Holding call again. And that's going to push him back here. Great job by the Royals to put pressure right now on the Shamrocks. They've done a great job so far this game of putting pressure when they need to.
Absolutely. Although there's no score on the board, I really feel the momentum still on the Royals side here on homecoming night.
Shotgun formation. 2 on the near side, 1 on the far side. Looking for an option. He's going to keep it himself. Looks to the outside. Still on his feet. Only gain of a couple there. Again in that option formation for Nance.
It was a nice block by number 85, Matthew Meyer, for Nance, but it just wasn't enough to get some more yardage.
2nd and 22, so we call that pretty far. Ball on the 14-yard line, 6:30 left to play in the second.
I don't know, Jack. When you're feeling 22, just about anything could happen.
Well, again, the playbook becomes limited here on 2nd and 22. Looking for the passing formation. Quick pass, throws, complete.
Ooh. That was a big hit on number 15 of the Rocks, Jack Hellman.
And that's going to bring up, though, it's going to bring up 3rd and long. 3rd and 14, ball on the 21-yard line. 6 minutes, 11 seconds left to play in the second. 0-0 the score here. So again, shotgun formation. 3 on the near side. Looks to fire, throws behind him, incomplete. Keep in mind when you're throwing from a quarterback spot in the pocket to the sideline, it's not just 2 yards like we see. That's really at the end of the day, when you're throwing from that far of a distance, that's a 10-yard throw.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, that was an incomplete pass to number 85, Matthew Meyer, intended receiver. And as you said, Jack, that it was just not enough to get there. When a 2-yard pass can really turn up to be a 10-yard pass.
There's another boom. It's going to be caught. Fair catch.
Royals feeling like they were touched after the fair catch.
Great job again by the punter to get him on the other side of the field, especially after penalties in a 2nd and 22. They're still working on their side of the field. So out come the Royals here.
Absolutely. Number 2, Bales for the Rocks, so far being the MVP, moving that ball the most.
Both punters. All right, Sparks in the shotgun formation. Looks, quick throw over to Sweeney. He's at the 40, to the 45. About a gain of 5 there.
That pass almost ended up being a lateral, but ended up being a forward pass just by a few inches. Royals able to capitalize and move that ball. About a 5-yard gain.
That's going to make it 2nd and 5. Ball on the 47-yard line. About 5:30 left to play in the second. Sparks get the call from the sideline. 2 on the far side, 2 on the near side. Shamrock showing blitz. Right away shows blitz. Sweeney still on his feet. Now into Shamrock territory, and we might have an injury timeout here. Number 20 on the Shamrocks, Owen McGraw.
Looks like his arm is what's hurting him the most. The last play you saw number 22 for the Rocks just being overzealous, thinking it was going to be a pass going after quarterback Sparks, but it was indeed a run and able to get some great yardage on that play.
Motion by the Royals. Going to keep it himself, looking for an option. Gain of about 5 on the play, and that's going to bring up 2nd and 5.
If I was the Royals right now, I would be rushing to that line and try to get the ball off. You have the defense being caught off guard, and you want to keep the momentum on your side.
3 on the near side, 1 on the far side. That cornerback on the far side is on an island right now. It's just a one-on-one formation.
That's going to be a great man-to-man matchup, but they decide to run.
And it's going to be close again. Could be 3rd and 2. Looks like we've got 3rd and 2, ball on the 28-yard line. Approaching 4 minutes left to play in the second. 3 on the near side, 1 on the far side. Gets a call from the sideline. Jackson Sweeney in the backfield. They're going to push it back out, it looks like.
As Sparks lined up under center, you saw the Rocks creeping forward, trying to stop that quarterback keeper.
Shotgun formation is going to throw to the running back. He's got room to go. Met right away. That was a hit.
Yeah, that was a big hit by number 28, Henson, for Shamrocks. But the Royals really able to move that ball with a sweep out to the left side of the field.
So the Royals now in the no huddle. Shotgun formation, 3 on the near side. Looks to the call on the sideline. Ball on the 25, 1st and 10. Approaching 3 minutes, 20 seconds left to play in the second. Hands the ball off again. Still on his feet. Still moving. Sims brings it into 1st and goal. That's the same play they ran on 3rd and long.
It is indeed. And once again, the Rocks pulling back, playing zone defense, and not able to see the run coming up the middle. all the momentum on the side of the Royals right now.
All right, here comes Sparks, the quarterback. Looks, hands it off. Gain of a couple. And that's going to bring up second and goal. Ball on the 3-yard line.
I know I say, Jack, if it's not broke, don't fix it, but I would really like to see Sparks air it out here, just be a short stop and go on the right side.
The only mismatch I see is from the wide receiver on the far side is a little taller, but my guess is they're going to hand it off and it's going to be a touchdown here. Oh, they're going to make it short.
That's just short by maybe a foot.
Well, approaching 2 minutes, you're really playing 2 downs. You got third down, and I don't see why you don't go for it on fourth down.
Absolutely.
Especially the way this defense has been playing all night. All right, so 2 minutes, approaching 2 minutes here. Sparks hands the ball off. Met right away.
That was a huge stop by the Rocks. And once again, it's going to be just short by a couple of inches. I saw on the right side the Royals were loading up their linemen, trying to make enough blockers, but Rocks able to penetrate their way through the line.
Under 2, 4th and inches. Second quarter here. See if the Royals can strike first in this game. Sparks, the quarterback. Sweeney in the backfield. You've got two on the one on the far side, one on the near side. And they're going to call a timeout.
Smith Jewelers has been serving Hamilton County, including Noblesville, Fishers, Westfield, and Carmel, for over 65 years. Many jewelry stores have come and gone, yet Smith's remains. If one were to ask how and why, the answer would be our outstanding jewelry selection and customer service. The knowledgeable staff at Smith's Jewelers is eager to give our customers a memorable and positive experience. You can contact them at 317-773-3383 or visit them online at www.smithsonthesquare.com. A few score updates here within Hamilton County. We have Zionsville leading Noblesville 3-0. They just scored a touchdown. Thank you, Jack. 10-0. That's another game we have on Hamilton County Television. You can catch that on Facebook or Periscope. It's a tough one for the Millers right now, as it's also their homecoming. Avon still leading Whiteland 25-0. Center Grove over North Central 14-7. Carmel still up Lawrence North 14-0. Sheridan and Clinton Prairie tied at 0. Hamilton Heights behind Northwestern Tigers 7-6. And Warren Central behind Ben Davis 7-14.
Sparks is going to be under center, so anything's possible here. Sparks under center. Sweeney, the running back. They're going to pitch it. He's got room. That's a touchdown, Royals.
I really thought Sparks was going to pull a Tom Brady and sneak it in himself, but instead the sweep out to the left side of the field allows the Royals to sneak it in for the first score of the game.
Not only the first score of the game, but with limited time in the second quarter left. Keep in mind as well, I believe the Shamrocks got the ball to start the game, so
yes,
the Royals will get the ball in the second half.
Rocks almost able to get there to block the extra point, but score now 7-0. Royals with the lead. No job is too small or too big for Indiana Restoration Services. Whether you are a homeowner or a large business experiencing water, fire, or storm and mold remediation, or a homeowner that simply needs a good carpet cleaning, Indiana Restoration has you covered. You can contact them at 317-776-9942 or visit them online at www.indianarestoration.com.
Well, again, that's the first strike of the game. So with 1:17, I don't see the Shamrocks changing anything that they do to this last minute 17. Probably going to try to run it out and then get to halftime down by 7. That would be my guess.
After Coach Gilbert going for it twice on 4th down and not being able to convert, I would also expect the same thing of playing it safe with the remaining 117 here.
Meyer still on his feet, still moving.
That was a great recovery by number 85 for the Shamrocks. That is.
Any Shamrock fans that were watching, their heart just sank somewhere.
Oh, absolutely. Matthew Meyer not able to catch the ball right away for the Rocks, but able to recover and get some good yardage and make it out past the 30-yard line.
Great job. Yeah, great job by Meyer. So, again, the Royals defense has been outstanding tonight, and now we'll see what they have in store here. Shamrocks, 1:10 left to play in the second. Nance in shotgun formation. 3 on the far side, 1 on the near side. They're going to hand the ball off to Lickfield, and he's met right away. And my guess is something's going on with Freilich.
Yeah, we haven't seen Freilich for the rest of the game so far. And with Lickfield in, that's really a big indicator of something might be going on. And that's a loss of 2 yards on the play.
Nance still on his feet, and it's going to bring up 3rd down. And again, they're just trying to run the clock down.
I'm guessing that Coach Gilbert, he just wants to run the clock out, go into halftime with their heads held high, saying, hey, they're only down by 7, and really get their heads back into the game with the 6 penalties they have thus far in the game.
But you have to give credit. I mean, great job by this Royals defense shutting down the Rocks right now in the first half in the running game. They've done a great job of that. Shotgun formation, looks to throw. He's going to keep it himself. Tripped up right away by number 50 on the play. And that's Rodney Warfield. And that's a half.
We'd like to thank our sponsors here for tonight's broadcast: Logan Street Signs and Banners, Noblesville Trophies, Community Health, Smith Jewelers, Indiana Restoration, Westfield Chamber, Bill Clifford for Sheriff, and the Atlanta New Earth Festival that's happening next weekend, September 23rd and 24th. I'm Victor McCarty alongside Jack Russell for tonight's Hamilton County Television broadcast between the HSC Royals and the Westfield Shamrocks. Royals leading the Rocks going into half 7-0.
The IHSAA, in partnership with Blue Frame Technology, is pleased to announce that you can now watch your favorite IHSAA sports on the all-new IHSAA TV Apple TV app. Watch live or search through thousands of archived broadcasts. Have an older Apple TV? You can still watch on your TV by going to AirPlay on your iOS device and choosing Apple TV. Download the new Apple TV app now in the Apple TV App Store.
We all have our own story about community.
I truly felt that each doctor, technician, and nurse had the same goal: provide exceptional care and make it simple.
Because of my chronic illness, I have an entire team on my side.
With Community's My Chart, I keep track of everything.
When Community says exceptional care, simply delivered, those aren't just 4 words at the end of a TV spot.
It's for community patients at the end of a TV spot.
Telling you to believe every word.
Can I help you?
Yeah, I'm looking for Logan Street Signs and Banners.
You found us.
But this ain't Logan Street. This is South 10th.
We moved 22 years ago.
Well, how come you didn't change the name?
That would have just confused people.
Well, actually, South 10th is Allisonville, if you're from Fishers.
Well, before that it was 37A, and before that it was State Road 37.
So you're telling me that Logan Street Signs and Banners isn't on Logan Street anymore? It's actually on South 10th. That's Allisonville and Fishers. And before that, it was 37A and 37?
So you got that straight?
Logan Street Signs and Banners conveniently not located on Logan Street, but rather South 10th Street in Noblesville.
Exactly.
Can I help you?
Yeah, I'd like to order a hamburger, fries, salt, maybe a large vanilla shake. Yeah.
This is a trophy shop, can't you tell?
You got a counter right here. Isn't this where you place the orders?
We sell trophies, we sell plaques, we do embroidery. No food.
You got carry out?
Unlike the internet, everything that you need we have here at the shop. Very unique. You order today, carry out tonight. That's our version of carry out.
All right, I'll take one of everything.
Well, that may take a little longer. We'll have it for you tomorrow night.
You know, Jim, I'll be back tomorrow to pick it all up.
We'll wait for you.
Don't wait long.
Breast care navigation at Community is a lot like sailing. Navigators have to read the wind without seeing the wind.
The breast care navigator will follow the patient and their family through the continuum of care.
My nurse navigator was always there.
Just to be an advocate for that patient.
You need the biggest support system that you can, and to know that you have one other person there who can help you through it is definitely something that is amazing.
Victor McCarty back here on Hamilton County Television, where it is the Hamilton Southeastern Royals homecoming. You see them parading in the background. They're currently leading the Shamrocks 7-0. I'm now here joined by Mark Morrow, who is with Hamilton Southeastern Sports Media. What do you think about this game so far, Mark, and how are you doing tonight?
It's a great night for football. Not a lot of offense. Some great defense. I think Southeastern's played very well defensively. They've had a couple games where they weren't. Last couple games they've had some trouble defensively, but and they got Jackson Sweeney back from three-game absence because of an injury, and he's the spark plug. And you saw it tonight. He's gained some big yards. He's scored on a 1-yard pitch and a first and goal, and now they're up 7-0. So that's
absolutely the Sparks and Sweeney connection has been big so far tonight, and with Sweeney back, I think that's a real big presence that the Royals have been missing the past couple games.
No question. They haven't had a running game. Now Malik Sims had that 20-yard run to set up, to give him a first and goal. That's the longest run they've had in quite a while, to be honest with you, since maybe the Kokomo game.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, mentioning that, so far the schedule for the Royals has been kind of a downward spiral, but Kokomo, won against Kokomo 24-2 on their first game of the season, but then lost against North Central 37-14. Avon, which Hamilton County Television was here for a couple weeks ago, 38-7. That lone 7 points was scored by the special teams, so that was a great big play by them, and we're seeing how big of a factor special teams can be tonight.
True, yes. Very, very much so.
And then last week we saw the classic Mud Sox game between Fishers Tigers and HSE Royals, where the Tigers were able to just inch out the Royals 20-14.
Yeah, that in the fourth quarter they had Royals moved the ball better than they had since the Kokomo game, really, with the new quarterback with Cody Sparks in there, and they had a couple long pass plays set up. He scored his first touchdown running, and then hit Nick Munchner with a 22-yarder. And then they got a onside kick, and they recovered and ended up he threw a pass that was intercepted, and it was kind of a questionable. The guy bumped him a little bit when he went up for it, but that's the way it goes. But inexperience, and that's been the trouble. Not having Sweeney in the lineup, and then the inexperience of their offense. They only had 2 or 3 kids back. Sweeney rushed for 874 yards last year and 7 touchdowns. And he missed 2 games with the injury, so he's the difference in the ball club.
Absolutely, Sweeney a huge presence, as we've mentioned, for the Royals. And you mentioned it. We have Kobe Sparks coming in for the Royals, who is a sophomore and he really has to kind of grow into his shoes, grow into his cleats, and learn his role and what he's capable out here on the field against other teams.
Yeah, he's 6'4", and that's a big advantage too. And he's a tough kid. He can run it and take some hits, but he's had a couple passes that probably should have been caught tonight that were dropped. But play calling's been really good by the Royals when they've really knocked on the door when they came down, got past the 50-yard line, and started moving the ball, and that's it's going to take some time. But I think Sparks is going to be very good.
Absolutely. The Royals have a bright future ahead of them with their younger classmen stepping up here tonight for the Royals. But what we've seen on the opposite side of the ball of how mental penalties can really get in the heads of players. 6 penalties for the Rocks so far tonight, a few for the Royals, and that can change the momentum just like that for a team.
Well, the Royals had a delay of game. They had a false start. And on a punt, if you remember, when Zoomer punted, it was a low snap, and they ruled that it touched his knee, and he was down at the 33-yard line of Southeastern, and they still held him. So, that's impressive. That's last 3 games that they probably wouldn't have stopped anybody.
Absolutely, especially a few weeks ago when Avon was here. Avon, an incredibly fast-paced team that really knows how to move the ball. But we've seen tonight, as the history of these two teams, when they compete against each other, they like to play that game of chess and see, who's going to put their foot in the water first and who's going to show their cards and so on and so forth. But, yeah, that was a big mistake by the Royals of the punter just the ball touching the ground, punter putting his knee on the ground, and the Rocks able to start so close to their end zone. But then it was Coach Jake Gilbert who wanted to go for it on 4th down, and that seemed to be the undoing for the Rocks. And the Royals, we've mentioned it, they have been greatly improved here on defense tonight.
Well, because the main thing about Southeastern, in all 3 of their losses, they've given up big pass plays early, and it's killed them. Avon just ate them alive. And tonight they've given up a couple passes, but the ones they have given up are probably like 12, 13 yards. And both times, the 2 that I can recall, there's a personal foul on Westfield. But
absolutely.
They're not giving up the long pass, and that makes a big difference.
Absolutely. With 6 minutes to go here at halftime, once again, I'm Victor McCarty alongside Mark Morrow. And we've been talking about this game so far tonight, Mark, but I really want to talk about your history here in Hamilton County. You're with HSC Media Sports now, but you've been a sports columnist and so many other things here within Hamilton County.
Yeah, I took early retirement from the Indianapolis Star News in 2008. Was fortunate enough to write a book and sell a few of them, my memoirs, but and then I wrote and edited for Vipe magazine for about a year, and then I got the notion to start a website, and online sports website, and it went really well. The advertising really wasn't there. I was the main writer, so I was up to about 3 o'clock every morning. It about killed me. I'm not a young man anymore, and I enjoyed it though. I still enjoy doing what I do now. But I was fortunate enough to sell it to Sagamore News Service in Crawfordsville. They also own Noblesville Times. They said they would buy it if I would come and be their sports editor, and I ended up being that. And, they wanted me to stay on as columnist. I got tired of being a sports editor again, and then they wanted to be the executive sports editor. And I just said, I think it's time I walk away. And I was fortunate enough to go into the Indiana Sports Writers, Sportscasters Hall of Fame in 2015, and that wasn't really. I thought after a while, I've been in the business for 54 years, it would happen. When I started, I never dreamt that. You just don't think about something like that could happen. So that was, a great honor. And I thought, I've got nothing else to prove, but I love the game, and I tried to start a website last year, or the previous year actually, for the city of Fishers sports for both Southeastern and Fishers High School, and I just couldn't get the backing for it. And my wife said, well, you can't take any more money out of our account to do it. And I said, well, that probably makes a lot of sense. So it just turned out, and let both the ADs know, and Jim Self said, well, Mark, we'd love to have you write for us. Well, I did on a voluntary basis, and I'm still doing it this year, and hopefully it's going to maybe lead to something, we'll see. I don't know. But
well, you mentioned it, Mark. Happy wife, happy life. So you have to listen to her when it comes to the bank account.
That's true.
But it really seems like you've had a historic career in Hamilton County, in the Indy area, over 50 years of journalism experience and being accepted into the Hall of Fame. That really is quite the accomplishment.
Well, one of the neatest things I ever did was when I was with the News from '84 to '87, or '86 actually. 3 years. I was the beat writer for the NBA Pacers, so I traveled with them, and that was pretty cool. But boy, life on the road when you got wife and two young sons, it was kind of got me down, and so I had a chance to in '87 they had an opening for high school sports coordinator, and my son Matt was at Park Tudor at the time, and he was playing 3 sports, and I thought, well, yeah, I want to do that and get off the road, and being an evening paper, you had all night to get everything ready for the morning paper actually. So that's what I just settled on, and I was there for like 13 years 8 years as the sports coordinator. Then we merged with the Star. The News and the Star merged in 1995, and I spent like my first 3 years as the sports coordinator, and I also wrote a column and all that, and wrote a golf column, and I covered golf for 30 years. I've covered a lot of major golf tournaments, so I've had a really tremendous career, and people kind of talk to me and say, boy, man, you're lucky. I wish I could be you. And I said, well, you know what? You can do what I'm doing now. Just give me some money. No.
Yeah, absolutely.
But it's an honor when they recognize you, and you do it for a lot of reasons, and that's I've been very humble about what I do. I just love what I'm doing, and I just I said I got away from this for a while, for about 6 months, and I thought told Becky, I said, this is getting I'm bored. I miss the game, and she's a real estate. I'll give her a little plug here. Very good real estate agent for FC Tucker in Fishers, and she says, why don't you come and help me? I said, okay, I'll put out signs for you and pick them up, but I'm not going to get my license. Your life is not for me, and I'd rather take care of our little dog at home. And but anyway, I'm back out, so I'm enjoying it. We'll see how long it goes. My health's pretty good, so that's good, and I get to play a lot of golf, and that's good. So
anytime, whether it's with sports or real estate or anything in general, when you're doing something that you love, it really keeps you young. It keeps your mind focused on what's going on in the world, and especially out on the field when you're covering the game. As we count down here at the end of halftime, is there any one quick story you could tell us that from your historic 50-year career you always look back on?
Oh, boy. I tell you, I was when the senior golf tour was here, it was at Broadmoor Country Club, and I was first of all, I was the only sports writer to cover all 10 senior tours that were here in Indianapolis. And I went down to the locker room after a practice round, and Arnold Palmer was coming down, and I wanted to interview him. And the guy at the door, he says, you can't go in because you don't have the proper credential. I said, well, I'm the Indianapolis News, the Indianapolis Star is here. We're the only 2 papers here. What's wrong with my credential? He said, well, you just can't go in. And Arnold Palmer comes up and he says, what's wrong? He says, this guy wants to go downstairs. And Arnold said, that's okay, he's with me. So he took me downstairs. That was pretty cool. I thought, I felt pretty important.
Yeah, exactly. One of the things I've learned over the years is, if you act like you belong, you look like you belong, then you belong. Yeah. And that was really cool of Mr. Palmer to come by and grant you that experience.
Another thing, too, is, always when you're doing something, always dress like you're happy to be there, too. And I know the dress codes changed a lot in your generation. I mean, used to be we had to wear a tie and all this. Now you wear, of course, you got a nice sports shirt on with your TV emblem on it, and that's cool. I think you should do that, and we need more of that. But some of the younger guys they just got a lot to learn about the business, and hopefully you'll grow and do really great things. I don't know how long you've been doing this, but you seem to know what you're doing, and that's good.
Well, thank you, sir. I appreciate it. Yeah, I went to college for broadcasting, and now tying up here with Hamilton County Television, so it's been a great experience. And you mentioned it, when you do something you love, and you really have to count your blessings for whatever you do. And it's a really awesome experience to broadcast high school sports.
Oh, it is. I love high school sports. It's just it's the most pure sport there is with the kids and everything. And you know, Friday night lights, football. I mean, as much as I love basketball, Friday Night Lights is what high school experience is all about. You know, it brings the community together, and you know, it's just great, the stomping of the feet, and you know, you saw the Fishers game last week. The cheer blocks were unbelievable. The popcorn smelled good. It's just everybody. You know, it just brings the community together. So
absolutely, when it comes to sports, it brings everyone together, and you can really forget what's going on in the world. Well, I really appreciate you, Mark, for joining us here tonight for Hamilton County Television, and best of luck in the future.
I enjoyed it. Thank you.
So during your conversation, we had an excellent cameraman working that homecoming stuff.
I was watching you.
I was a pro.
Getting that experience. Congratulations.
I'm almost as good as the people behind us.
Well, they're the real star makers of the show.
Oh, my gosh, yes.
They're the ones that make the magic happen. But
I could barely catch up with homecoming, and all they're doing is walking down the middle. I can't imagine a 40-yard, 50-yard play. So.
Exactly. But congratulations to the homecoming court here tonight for the Hamilton Southeastern Royals. Always a joyous time in any high school career, especially if you're a senior. I really encourage all seniors to really embrace their senior year and homecoming dance, prom dance, because it's the nights you look back on as you get older.
Well, we got a second half of football that's getting ready to take place, and it is a close one here. 7-0. And really the difference in the game has been which defense can stand strong the toughest. And I can tell you right now, after the first half, that the points go to the Hamilton Southeastern Royals.
Oh, absolutely. They've shown that they are prone to take advantage of adversity and really locking down their shoes into the gridiron to make a stop on defense. Quick score updates. We have the Zionsville Eagles over the Millers, and the Millers homecoming. Another game on Hamilton County Television. Eagles leading 19-3. Then we look at Carmel. They're still up 24-0 over Lawrence North. Center Grove over North Central 21-7. And then we have Ben Davis over Warren Central 21-7. So some pretty big games thus far tonight.
So again, the Shamrocks will kick off to start the second half. Big first possession here for the Royals. And here we go to the start of the second half. This is going to be a return. Still on his feet, finding the outside, still moving. All the way down to about the 30-yard line for number 27 for the Royals. That's Jack Boyd.
Jack Boyd looking like he ran about 50 yards to gain 30, but that was some great hustle by the Royals.
So out come the Royal offense for the first time in the second half. Looks like it's going to be a shotgun formation. 2 on the near side. Looks like 2 on the far side. Motion by the offense. Looks, hands the ball off right away to Sweeney. Sweeney finding an option. Tripped up, gain of a couple on the play. That's going to bring up second down.
I really look to the Royals to take advantage of the momentum that they left in the first half and continue to move the ball, hand it off to Sweeney, as we talked about during halftime. He has been a big key factor thus far for the Royals.
So the Royals getting the call from the sideline. Shotgun formation, again in the same formation. 4 wide. Looks for a quick pass over, met right away. That is a big sack by number 69 for the Shamrocks, Michael Delaney. And that's going to bring up 3rd and long.
Delaney holding the line for the Shamrocks. Now 3rd and 14, 3rd and long for the Royals.
Shotgun formation, 3 on the near side, 1 on the far side. Sweeney, the running back. And again, in a long play like this, what they've seen before is to hand the ball off. This time he's going to throw it. Over the far side, met right away. And that is a great job, something that the Shamrocks needed to start this second half.
Shamrocks playing zone defense on that play. And that was Seth Taggett with the tackle for loss. It's now 4th down and 16 yards to go as the Royals look to punt it off.
Low snap, gets it away. Hauser may have an opportunity, and they're going to let it bounce.
Hauser expecting the punt to take a rocks bounce back to him, and you saw it. He was looking to take it and run off with it, but ball taking a royal bounce, landing at the 36-yard line. Some okay starting position for the Rocks. We'll see if they're able to make something out of nothing, starting with the second half now. They passed and ran the ball at about a average equal amount in the first half.
And we'll see here quickly what they changed to start the second half. Nance under center, hands the ball off right away. And that, ladies and gentlemen, looks like number 22, Kobe Hauser.
Kobe Hauser getting a lot of playing time tonight, whether it be on the defensive side of the ball, special teams, or now on the offensive side of the ball. And we don't see Freilich out there for the Rocks. So, again, we really think that there is something wrong with him.
Well, it looks like shotgun formation over to Henson. Henson looks for an opportunity. Still on his feet, getting close, about a yard short of the first down.
Henson powering through the Royals. It looks like he about carried 2 or 3 black jerseys with him.
And that may be what we've seen. We just talked about finding different opportunities. Clearly the running game not working in the first half for the Shamrocks. So mixing it up with Henson and also with Hauser in the backfield. So we'll see what that leads them to on a 3rd and 1. 3rd and 1, pistol formation. Henson in the backfield. 2 on the far side. Met right away. Henson still on his feet, still trucking along, and he's now about the 45-yard line for the Shamrocks.
Henson just blast right through the Royals defense, trucking and powering through. That was number 5, Isaiah Phillips, trying to make the stop, but he was not strong enough on his own.
Nance in the pistol formation. Looks, quick pass over to Hauser. Hauser met right away, but again, it's going to be a 2nd and short.
I mentioned this in the first half, Jack, that I really expected one of these teams to take advantage of playing fast pace and taking advantage of the clock and just moving the ball down the field. And we see the Rocks coming out of halftime really using that momentum right now.
Nance in the pistol formation gets the call from the sideline. 2 on the near side. Looks like Pepio along with number 85 on there, which is Meyer. Nance looks, dumps over to Hauser. Hauser still on his feet. It's going to be a 1st down and more.
That was a great screen play by the Rocks. The rush was coming for the Royals, and now we have looks like 88 of the Royals limping off the field. Riley Williams, 84, Blake Grimshaw.
Nance in the pistol formation. Looks, hands it off to Henson. Henson finds an option. He's met right away. Great tackle. Great tackle by number 50 for the Royals. And that's Rodney Warfield again.
Warfield, the senior defensive lineman for the Royals. He is 5'8", 200 pounds, big boy for his size, and he has just had enough with the Rocks running all over him tonight. He wants to make some plays for his defense.
Nance, quick throw. Fires it over, met right away. Only a gain of a couple.
That was number 7, Eric Daly, on the stop for the Royals. I don't know about you, Jack, but it seems like when the sun sets on Friday Night Lights and the lights go on, oh, man, it's like Energizer Bunny into the stadium.
Absolutely, and that's kind of what I thought would happen, only because when you have two running teams, they're just testing each other out in the first half. Clearly a low-score game, but I think with this drive and potentially a response here, we'll see if Hamilton Southeastern, again, keep in mind, with Westfield, the field gets shorter. So they've got to be able to pick apart the defense if they have an opportunity.
Jake Gilbert takes his first time out of the second half, looking frustrated on the sideline. I know it's being competitive out on the field, Jack, but I don't know if you can hear for about the past 2 minutes, the Royals fans and the Westfield fans have been going back at each other, saying, "We got spirit, how about you?" And it just does not stop. Neither side of the field wants to let up. This is just fantastic on a Friday night.
Wow, lots of energy. And that's probably part of the reason why you got a timeout here is that once you get a lot of energy going, it can get people fired up. But at the same time, sometimes that's when mistakes occur. So you want to, slow down your team, especially right now. Westfield has done a great job of marching it down the field. They got to slow down the pace and figure a way to get this into the end zone and make this a tie ball game because, as we've seen, the amount of opportunities are limited for both teams.
Absolutely. It's been a defensive game throughout the night. And the Rocks, they started out at the Royals' 36-yard line and marching it down now. They're at the 30 side of the field for their squad. And now, I mentioned it, throughout that whole timeout, the Rocks and Royals fans have been chanting back and forth, and the Westfield fans now have their cell phones out with their lights on. It's looking like a concert out here.
So Nance in the shotgun formation, 3 on the far side, 1 on the near side. Nance looks. He's going to look to the near side. Fires, throws. Miscommunication.
That was some miscommunication for the Rocks. Nance was thinking that his wide receiver is going to cut left, but instead decides to cut right. That is a big mistake for Westfield. Now, 4th down. And they're actually going to decide to kick it from the 31-yard line.
Good idea here. Bales can kick the ball. Let's see what they do here. No good.
Bales had the distance, but not the accuracy. No good on the play.
That's some, there have been a couple big stops now for the Royals. Obviously 2 4th downs and now a missed field goal. So an opportunity here for the Royals to take advantage of the missed field goal and make this a 2-score game.
The one time that Coach Gilbert decides not to go for it on 4th down so far here in the game, it looks like he might have been able to actually go for it instead of missing the extra kick.
And I can tell you they've done a great job so far of, someone like Alex Bales. He can kick the ball 52 yards. So just a missed field goal, but he'll get it back and get an opportunity. This has been a good second half so far.
Sweeney moving the ball for the Royals. He's able to get a gain of 5 yards.
2nd and 5, ball on the 25-yard line. Sparks looks for the call on the sideline. 2 on the far side, 2 on the near side. Again in the shotgun, hands it off. Right down the middle of Sweeney, and that's going to be a first down for the Royals.
Rocks playing zone, and the Royals take advantage of that, moving the ball up the center. I feel the Royals have really found their rhythm, their groove of moving the ball on the ground.
So stay in the no huddle. It's a shotgun formation. 4 wide, looking for the call on the sideline. Sweeney in the backfield. They hand the ball off, just gain about 1 on the play.
The changing of the guard for the Royals on the field. And just before the ball was snapped, I saw number 69 for the Rocks come in and fill the gap on the middle. That was a great play because that really plugged the hole and not allowed the Royals to get any gain on the yard.
4:45 left to play in the third. Quick throw, complete. Just a gain of a couple, and that's going to bring up 3rd down.
Royals tried to get the ball off fast to number 2, Cole Russell. But
no relation.
No relation, of course.
3 on the far side, 1 on the near side. Shotgun formation for Sparks. Gets the call from the sideline. Sweeney in the backfield. Looking on the near side. He's got somebody open if he can hit to him. Incomplete. Hauser hits him right away.
Hauser being a big factor tonight for the Westfield Shamrocks. Being able to play on all sides of the ball. That forces the 4th down for the Royals with 6 to go. They'll make the punt. Royals almost able to capitalize and make the catch, but losing the ball.
That is a punt. Goodness, Hauser looking for an option. Goes to the far side, still on his feet, still moving.
I told you, Jack, once Hauser gets his eyes locked on that ball and he's able to make the catch, he is looking down the field and wanting to run it wherever he finds the hole. He kind of hesitated, waited where he caught it, but was able to move around the right side for some extra yards.
Absolutely, and so now comes back out the Shamrocks offense. And so far tonight, the Royals defense has really had their number. So it'll be interesting to see what they can get done here, marching ball down the field. Nance is going to be under center. 2 on the near side. Henson in the backfield, 1 on the far side. Motion to the far side. Hands off to Henson. He is met right away. Gain of a couple.
Gain of 2 on the play. Hitting the ball off to Henson. Saw Nance line up under center. When a quarterback lines up under center, anything can happen, especially in this day and age of the quarterback keeper and the option and just so many different things that you can do with it.
And approaching just under 3 minutes and 30 seconds left to play in the third. 1-score game. And they're going to have Hauser along with Henson in the backfield. Nance under center, 2 on the near side, 1 on the far side. They look. He's going to keep the ball. He's got 2 Royals after him. Kobe Hauser with the ball, and it's going to be close to a first down.
That was a great play by number 3, Nance. Able to swing out, Royals breathing down his neck, get the ball off just right in the right amount of time and the right positioning off to Hauser. And he'll come off the field now. Well-deserved rest.
Well, a little deja vu, but it's going to be a 3rd and 1. We've had a couple of these here tonight, but again, the Royals have done a great job of really on that 3rd and short. They've taken control of the line of scrimmage. So Nance under center.
And that's Levi Castor coming in for Westfield in change of Hauser.
Henson met right away. Right away.
Royals had the Rocks number. They saw that run coming from a mile away. That was 3 black jerseys draped over Westfield. allowing no gain on the play, and that'll have the punting unit come back out.
So the punting unit here bails to punt. 2 back for the Royals. Under 2 minutes of play in the third. It's a high punt. And I think they thought it was a fair catch call, but that's going to put them in about the 16-yard line is where they're going to mark them. So a minute 44, 7-0 ball game here.
Bill Clifford is currently a sergeant with the Hamilton County Sheriff's Office and has committed his life to serving the community with integrity and commitment. As a resident of Westfield with his wife Cheryl and 3 kids, family safety is Clifford's top priority. Understands the Sheriff's Office must be proactive against new threats in order to best protect you. For more information, follow the campaign on Facebook at Clifford for Sheriff. Remember to vote for Bill Clifford for Hamilton County Sheriff on May 8th, 2018.
So shotgun formation for Sparks. Looks on the far side, fires, throws, incomplete. Quick update here. The Zionsville-Noblesville game. Zionsville leads 27-3 with just now approaching the second quarter, end of the second quarter. Sparks in the shotgun formation. 3 on the near side, 1 on the far side. Hands it off to Sims. Sims looks, met right away. And that's going to bring up third down.
About a 2-yard gain, 3-yard gain for the Royals. Malik Sims on the run, the carry. Rock's able to make the stop and force the third down and 7 yards to go. We'll see what the Royals decide to do here. They've really been focused on keeping the ball on the ground.
And they may easily do that to close off the third quarter. So they're going to hand it off to Sims. He's met right away. But that's going to be close to winding down the end of the third quarter here. Under a minute left in the third.
That was number 40, Colin Caldwell, with the stop for Westfield.
Well, 7-0 game. We can probably easily say it's been a lot of defense tonight.
Oh, absolutely. Nothing but defense. But, I'm a defensive-minded guy. I love to see that out on the gridiron.
That's a line drive. Hauser has an opportunity. He is met by a ton of Shamrocks. He's still on his feet. So with 18.2 seconds left in the third, the Shamrocks are going to have an opportunity on their side of the ball, on their side of the field, to see what they can do here.
That was a great job by Hauser. Just really holding it in, waiting for the Royals to just try to make the stop, and he just sneaked right by him to get about a 10-yard gain from the spot where the ball was caught.
So here come the Shamrocks. Henson is going to be in the backfield. Nance, the quarterback. 3 on the near side. Pettijon, Pepio, and Meyer. Nance looks, and he's going to hand it off to Henson. Henson still on his feet. Only a gain of 3 on the play, and that's going to wind down the end of the third quarter.
Official end of the third quarter with the Royals leading the Rocks 7-0. The Atlanta, Indiana New Earth Festival is held on the 4th weekend in September. With over 600 vendors displaying fine art, crafts, antiques, food, and more, you can see why this charming small town draws crowds of more than 80,000 people. Remember to mark your calendars for this once-in-a-year event. Date and times are September 23rd and 24th next weekend from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. on Saturday and 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. on Sunday. A few updates from around Hamilton County now. As Jack mentioned just a while ago, Zionsville leads the Noblesville Millers 27-3. Carmel leading Lawrence North still 24-0. Hamilton Heights behind Northwestern Tigers 6-7. Center Grove over North Central 21-7. North Central beating Hamilton Southeastern earlier this year. Ben Davis over Warren Central 24-7. And I'm not sure if the score is correct. All these scores are tentative, but Avon's still leading Whiteland 25-0. What's your take on how the NFL started so far, Jack?
It's been good. Not so good for the Colts, but good for a couple teams. And I think a lot of times you won't see a huge difference in things probably until about week 7 or 8, just halfway through the season.
Absolutely.
Nance hands it off to Henson. Henson looking for an opportunity. Met right away by the Royals.
That was a long fight for a 1-yard gain, but you definitely can't hold that against him. He'll fight for every yard he gets.
Well, it brings up a 3rd and 5. 11:30 left to play in the fourth quarter. So this is a big 3rd down here for the Shamrocks. So getting the call from the sideline. Pistol formation, 2 on the near side, 1 on the far side. Still throws. Open. Incomplete. Great job by Cameron Nance to get out of the pressure, but it's going to be a 4th down.
That was a circus-type play by Cameron Nance. Right away, Royals were breathing down his neck. Thought that was going to be a massive loss on the play, but instead Nance is able to juke his way out of the tackle. Able to get the ball off. Almost caught, but black jerseys all around the ball.
All right, so here comes an important special teams play. It's going to be close. He's going to be shy of the 1st down as the Royals come up with yet another 4th down stop. That's going to be close.
Waiting for an official call.
I can't see where they're putting the ball, though. If they put it at the 45, he's short.
The Royals sideline covering up our view.
It's going to be close.
Another close call
if it's
for Coach Gilbert.
If it's where the ref that just knelt down, if that's where he is, that's going to be super close, and we're not going to be able to see it.
Chains moving across the field.
I guess we'll have 2 responses, right? We'll have
yeah, exactly. We're going to hear loud cheers.
We'll know who gets it here in a second.
We won't be able to see it even until the official tells us where it goes. It's going to be a 1st down for the
Royals defense holding strong against Coach Gilbert and his squad, once again taking a chance on 4th down. This really has been a game of inches for the Rocks.
Absolutely, and that's 3 4th downs for the Shamrocks, not in their favor. But under 11 to play. First and 10, ball on the 34-yard line. Sparks in the shotgun formation, 3 on the far side, 1 on the near side. Looks, hands it off. Oh, no, keeps it himself, fires, throws. He's going to try to go for the 1st down. It's going to be close.
He's going to be short by 2 yards. Rocks able to get off the line and put the pressure on Kobe Sparks. But he was able to get the ball off just in the nick of time.
2nd and 2, ball on the 42-yard line. Looks, hands it off to Sims. Sims looking for an option, doesn't see it. And the clock keeps moving.
The original play was for Sims to run it up the middle as he comes off field, exchanging of the guard, but nothing there. Tried to make something out of nothing and juke left, but white jerseys all over the ball.
3rd down, shotgun formation, 4 wide. Looks for the call on the sideline. Here comes again out of the shotgun. Sparks looks. He's going to throw to the running back. He's got quite a ways to go. He's met by the Shamrocks. That's going to bring up 4th down.
That was a great chess move by Westfield. You saw them maneuver a different play on the line of scrimmage and capitalize on what they saw might happen. And that's forced Sparks to pass it out on the left side where there was just no room for any action.
Not only that, but they were only playing with 10 until Sparks looked for the offensive call, and that's when they put in the 11th man. So really interesting play call there. High punt. And that's going to take a royal bounce to about the 35-yard line.
Logan Street Signs and Banners, celebrating 25 years. Logan Street Signs and Banners specialize in last-minute signage and banners. Serving Noblesville and Hamilton County since 1992. You can contact them at 317-773-7200 and visit their new website at www.loganstreetsigns.com. Also, follow them on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter.
So after a 4th and inches not go their way, here comes Nance and company. Nance hands it off to Henson. Met right away by the Royals.
That is nowhere to go for the Rocks. Royals had their number on that play, and that's going to be a huge loss. 2nd and 15 now for Westfield.
And we're getting close to under 9 to play in the 4th. Ball on the 30-yard line. 2nd and 15. Looks like we've got some personnel change here. Looks like it's going to be 3 on the far side, 1 on the near side. Neither team has looked deep so far tonight. So Nance in the shotgun. Looks for an option. Met right away. Still on his feet. Still moving. Still moving, but a loss of about a yard on the play. And that's going to be immediately a 3rd and long.
That could have been another loss of about 3 yards, but Nance was able to get out of the pocket. Juke left, juke right. Hit the B button for a Dwight Freeney spin move and get back to the 15-yard line of scrimmage.
So again, 3rd and 15. Ball on the 30-yard line. Under 8 to play in the 4th. Nance in the shotgun formation. Looks for an option. Quick pass. The only one looking for the ball was the defense. And that's going to bring up 4th down.
That was all linemen where the ball was being thrown to, including Royal linemen, just itching and waiting for that interception.
Now what you see is the punt returners are moving pretty far back. A lot farther than that last one that landed on the 15-yard line.
They might have learned their lesson.
A big punt here. And a good field position for the Royals as the offense comes back out on the field.
Noblesville Trophies offers a large range of products, including sports trophies, corporate awards, and in-house embroidery. Noblesville Trophies provides you with same-day service for those last-minute decisions. Contact them at 317-773-7391 or check them out online at www.noblesvilletrophies.com.
Sparks in the shotgun, 4 wide, gets the call from the sideline. Sweeney in the backfield. Going to hand it right off. Trying to find something down the middle and nothing there.
Both defensive squads are really locking it down now here in the 4th quarter and not letting any gain of yardage on either side of the ball.
And for the Royals right now, it's just taking time off the clock because the defense has done their job throughout the night. 7:15 left to play in the 4th. Ball on the 35-yard line. Sparks in the shotgun, looks for a quick throw, got it. Looks for something and more. Still on his feet. Steps out of bounds, but not until he gets the 1st down.
That's a great first down by number 18, Zach Boyle, with the catch and run for the first down for the Royals. He was just able to power over number 28 of the Rocks, Dorian Henson.
1st and 10. That's the running back, too. 1st and 10. Ball on the 46-yard line. Shotgun formation. Gain of about 5 on the play. 6, probably.
Another changing of the guard. 34 comes out for the Rocks, and number 97 comes in.
Shotgun formation. 4 receiver set. Looking for an option. Still on his feet. And it's a flag on play. It's going to be holding against the Royals, and that's going to push him back 5 yards.
Sparks tried to make something out of nothing as the white jerseys were bearing down on him. Waiting for the official call. It will be a hold on the Royals, moving them back 5 yards.
So it's going to be 2nd and long. And right now, time is a factor for the Shamrocks. Shotgun formation, 4 wide. Sweeney, no, play action, looks, fires, throws, complete. Great catch by number 10 on the play. Ben Boyson over the cornerback.
All I have to say, Jack, is Ben Boyson, he has some ups. Maybe he's wearing some Jordan brand cleats, I don't know, but that was a great maneuver by him on the play.
Boyson on the play, he is 6'2", so that does also play a big factor in it.
It does indeed. He's able to jump right over the defender.
Well, almost under 6 minutes to play in the 4th. 1st and 10, ball on the 41. Quick pass, met right away by the Shamrocks.
That was an all-out blitz by the Rocks, able to stop the play at the original line of scrimmage, actually a 1-yard loss.
Great job by the defensive lineman Honeycutt on the tackle. So 5:40 left to play in the 4th. This possession is chewing up clock left and right. Shotgun formation, 4 wide. Looks for the options, going to fire, throws, open if he can get them, incomplete. And that's going to bring up 3rd down and stop the clock.
Nathan Nugent was draped all over the wide receiver on the play, not allowing the catch to be inbounds. This is a very critical possession now for the Royals and a possible critical stop for the Rocks as the clock continued to tick off, now stopped at 5:26.
Shotgun formation. 3rd and 12. 4 wide. He's going to look to the near side again. He fires, he throws. Miscommunication there, and it's going to bring up 4th down, and he stops the clock.
That was a huge miscommunication call on the play. Ben Boyson, who made the great play earlier in the drive, he thought he was supposed to make the stop and go instead of going all the way home to the end zone. Sparks, that's where he threw it, and there was no man to be found. He was thankful that it didn't get picked off by the safety.
Important punt here. Really depends on where they can put him. And Hauser runs out of real estate.
Here, Royal fans wanting the call where the punter got hit, but refs saying that Rocks were knocked into him.
Again, I want to thank all of our viewers for watching us, because right now, with about 5 minutes left to play, more and more people are going to start looking at their Facebook and YouTube and find us, because this one is a close one. 7-0. 1st and 10, ball on the 26-yard line. this is a big possession for the Royals because that last possession for Hamilton Southeastern on offense was about 4 minutes. So the Shamrocks here need to see if they can get their offense moving. That's a fumble there, and Nance is going to fall on it. Not something you want right there.
That is not something you want at any point during a game, especially when you are now at the 20-yard line, your own 20-yard line, and you only have 4:50 left to go here in the fourth quarter. You have to get rid of those mental mistakes.
Here we go now. About 4:45 left to play. Nance looks, low snap again, fires, throws, complete, loses the ball.
For a moment, I thought that was a catch by number 32, Caleb Pettyjohn, but he was not able to reel it in. Royals defenders able to knock it out, and now it's a 3rd and 16 for the Rocks. This is going to be possibly a quick in and out as the clock continues to tick.
A big 3rd and long here for the Shamrocks. What they're doing now is they're spreading the ball out here. Nance in the pistol formation, motion by Hauser. Looks, he's going to try to find an option. Fires, throws to Hauser. Incomplete, just off the fingertips.
Hauser was wide open, but he overshot it. He would have been able to get that first down, but as you said, Jack, just off the fingertips. This has been a game of inches throughout the night, not in the favor of Westfield.
You know, and that brings out the punting unit, and again, I guess if you could think of if I could think of an MVP, it's probably the punter tonight because he's really given him an opportunity to stay in this. But good job so far by the Royals on defense. They have been lights out consistently, making the Shamrocks have to do a 3rd and long and be uncomfortable.
Community Health is Central Indiana's leader in providing healthcare services where and when patients need them. With any questions, you can contact Community Health at 317-355-7775 or check out their website at www.ecommunity.com.
Gets the call from the sideline. Shotgun formation. Look for a run here, would be my guess. Keeps it himself.
Just as I thought might happen, Gilbert runs over to make his 2nd timeout of the game, or excuse me, of the half. And that earlier timeout they had to make in the 3rd quarter, that was another mental mistake that they had to stop the clock because they weren't going to be able to get the ball off in time. And that would have been a loss of yards. So now as we see it, 4:16 left on the clock. 2nd down for the Royals.
I want to thank one of our sponsors here tonight during this halftime, which is the Westfield Chamber of Commerce. Westfield Chamber of Commerce has been serving the Westfield community for 36 years. One of the informations that we want to make sure that we get out is the Westfield Chamber of Commerce has moved to a new location right on Main Street, 116 East Main Street, downtown Westfield.
As we see both squads coming out of the timeout now. Once again, we look to the Royals to run down the clock. And with them only being ahead by 1 score, the clock is their friend right now.
And again, another running play here. And that's going to wind down the clock again another 40 seconds.
Gilbert not going to take his last time out right now. Try to conserve that and hoping that his defense can make the stop. Now under 4 minutes to go. 3rd and 6 to go.
3rd and 6, ball on the 48-yard line. Three on the far side, one on the near side. Shotgun formation, motion offense. Looks, hands the ball off. And that's going to be a false start or a timeout. False start.
Well, if I was Scott May of HSC, I would still stick with his original play calling and just continue to run down the ball, because if they decide to throw it and try to go for the first down dagger and they don't get it, well, then that gives an extra timeout to the Rocks.
Yeah, and really his defense has done a great job tonight. So obviously getting it in an opportunity, they are going to throw it, and that's going to be a first down, and that's going to be a touchdown. Touchdown Royals.
Well, I'll have to apologize to head coach Scott May in deciding to go for that dagger. And that might just steal away the game now for the Royals here on their homecoming night with 3:13 left to go. Honestly, that was a great decision of deciding to run the slant route up the middle. And Westfield, that caught Westfield off guard. They were expecting to run again, just like myself. And that seemed to be their downfall.
3:13 left to play in the fourth. Ball's up. And no good. Missed extra point, but with 3:13 left to play, the Royals lead 13-0.
Bill Clifford for sheriff. Bill Clifford is currently a sergeant with Hamilton County Sheriff's Office and has committed his life to serving the community with integrity. As a resident of Westfield and with his wife Cheryl and 3 kids, family safety is Clifford's top priority and understands the Sheriff's Office must be proactive against new threats in order to best protect you. For more information, follow the campaign on Facebook at Clifford for Sheriff, and remember to vote Clifford for Sheriff, Bill Clifford for Hamilton County Sheriff on May 8th, 2018. Follow Bill on Facebook at Clifford for Sheriff or visit the website www.cliffordsheriff.com.
All right, so they're going to kick off here 3:13. Again, what that's going to make you have to do here is probably throw the ball if you're going to have any shot of getting an opportunity to get back into this ball game.
Well, we know that Nance has an arm for the Shamrocks. His long is a 72-yard pass on the year. Anything still could happen.
Ran right into his teammate, and that's going to bring out the Shamrocks on offense.
The downside, though, for the Shamrocks is that the Royals pretty much know what is going to happen with the ball now, of Nance wanting to air it out, being down 2 scores.
.307 left to play in the fourth. Ball on the 29-yard line. Looks like we're going to have 5 wide. Looks to throw. Fires. Tipped. Incomplete.
That was a great job by number 33 of the Royals, Jake Gilley, able to get his hands up and deflect that ball.
Again, 5 wide. Looking for an option. Steps up, throws, complete, and gets out of bounds. 2:56 left to play.
If I was the Royals, you know, the number one thing you'd want to stop is the wide receiver from getting out of bounds. You want to line up that sideline and make sure that is a spot that's secure. If you give up a catch in the middle of the field, to me that's totally fine of just being able to run out the clock then, with the Shamrocks only having 1 timeout.
Nance runs the ball there. It's going to be 2nd and 5. Ball on the 41. 2:45 left to play. And here comes the no huddle. 5 wide.
Royals still opt to play man.
Fires, throws. Now 2:15 left to play in the fourth. 3rd and 2. Ball on the 49-yard line. Now about 2 minutes left to play. Looks to throw. Fires, throws, it's a little far. Incomplete.
Nance throwing it just out of reach for number 33, Eli Patchett, seeing his first action of the game tonight. That was a lot of time off the clock for the Rocks, opting to not get out of bounds. That's just, to me, that's just a little bit of jealous or playing with the ball, of not wanting to get out of bounds but get more yardage.
5 wide. Nance looks to throw, fires, throws, first down, and that's going to stop the clock at 1:49.
Caught by Matthew Meyer. We'll see if the Rocks are able to continue to move the ball downfield.
Again, 5 wide. Looking for an option here. Nance keeps it himself. Runs out of bounds for a gain of about 5 or 6 on the play. 1:45 left to play.
The Rocks are at a point right now where every inch matters. So whether it be the run option, quarterback keeper, airing the ball out down the field, they just have to get yardage in order to get points on the board.
Nance looks to throw. Fires, throws, and complete. Minute 37, 3rd and 7.
Royals still playing man defense. They're able to drape themselves all over the white jerseys. Nance really hasn't been able to find any quarter where he is able to air out the ball.
5 wide. Nance looks on the near side. Fires, throws, miscommunication. That's going to bring up 4th and 7.
Both of Nance's wide receivers stopped just short doing the go and cut it in route. That miscommunication has been really plaguing them throughout the whole game, as well as the penalties.
Minute 32, 13-0 is the score. Ball on the 45-yard line.
It's now or never for the Westfield Shamrocks.
And it's over. That's the ball game.
Well, I mentioned at the beginning of the game, Jack, that when it comes to a Hoosier Crossroad Conference game, or when it comes to homecoming night, senior night, wherever of the sort, and it's a home field advantage, you just never know what can happen. Regardless if the home squad is 1-3 on the year, they come out playing like they're undefeated. Defense really stepping up their game tonight for the Royals.
Absolutely, they've played a lot of tough teams. Avon, Fishers, North Central, those 3 losses. Those are some pretty good teams to face to head into this game. So it's a great job by the Royals tonight to finish the job.
For me, the night belongs to Mr. Sweeney of the Royals, who has gotten a big welcome back for the squad. Coach Gilbert opting to not leave any timeouts on the board. Smith Jewelers has been serving Hamilton County, including Noblesville, Fishers, Westfield, and Carmel for over 65 years. Many jewelry stores have come and gone, yet Smith's remains. If one were to ask how and why, the answer would be our outstanding jewelry selection and customer service. The knowledgeable staff at Smith Jewelers is eager to give our customers a memorable and positive experience. You can contact them at 317-773-3383 or visit them online at www.smithsonthesquare.com.
So at the, of course, the time difference on our two games we have tonight. So after this game, you are welcome to watch on Hamilton County Television. Welcome to watch the Noblesville game against Zionsville. Zionsville currently leading that game 27-3, just the start of the third quarter.
Some other updates around Hamilton County and Central Indiana. We have the Carmel Greyhounds over Lawrence North Wildcats currently 31-14. Hamilton Heights Huskies over Northwestern Tigers 14-7. Remember, folks, these scores are not official, just reading off what is given to me. The Sheridan Blackhawks are currently leading the Clinton Prairie Gophers 42-0. Center Grove Trojans over North Central Panthers 21-7. Ben Davis up big against the Warren Central Warriors 62-12. And a final for the Avon Whiteland game 63-7. So the Orioles really coming up big in that game. Well, Jack, it's been great commentating with you tonight. You and I will be back in Westfield next week for their homecoming, so we'll see if they can have a similar result as the Royals tonight, where they will be the host of the Brownsburg Bulldogs.
Yeah, that should be a good game. Should be fun to watch that one as well. Also, two very, very competitive teams. But like we said at the very beginning of the game, record is just a thing. When you play at home in front of the crowd, there's nothing better.
Absolutely. And then the Royals next week, we'll see the Zionsville Eagles. And after the Eagles, what looks like coming up big over the Millers tonight, we'll see how that game plays out. Well, for Hamilton County Television and IHSAA, we would like to thank all of our great sponsors: the Logan Street Signs and Banners, Noblesville Trophies, Community Health, Smith Jewelers, Indiana Restoration, Westfield Chamber, Bill Clifford for Sheriff, and the Atlanta New Earth Festival. The Atlanta, Indiana New Earth Festival is held on the fourth weekend in September, with over 600 vendors displaying fine art, crafts, antiques, food, and more. You can see why this charming small town draws crowds of more than 80,000 people. Remember to mark your calendars for this once-in-a-year event occurring next weekend, September 23rd and September 24th. As we see the Royals celebrate on their sideline, and the Rocks take a knee for their post-game prayer. For Jack Russell, all of our crew, Hamilton County Television, I'm Victor McCarty. Thank you for tuning in.